What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden, and welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Weekly, where today we are going to be talking about the comeback Bulls and how impressive their week was, and also discuss the future week to come. But before we get any further, if you liked the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls, their previous week, the awards given, and the upcoming week that we have to look forward to. Now, we played 3 games this week, ladies and gentlemen, and we ended up going 2-1. Now, of course, you might be saying, well, it's the comeback Bulls. We came back from 2 games. We almost came back in the 3rd game, but we ended up losing to Cam Thomas and the Brooklyn Nets. But we started off with a victory in our first game. I'm struggling to remember who we even played in that first game. I think it was... Let's take a look. It was the... No. Oh my goodness, bro. What is it? It was the Was it the Bucks? I'm so sorry, guys. It was the Grizzlies. That's right. Yes, it was the Memphis Grizzlies. We won this game 126 to 123. Down 22 points, I think, in this one. We ended up walking away with a victory. Yeah, this was probably the funnest game to watch, in all honesty, in the entire week. I just loved the offense of the second half. Everything really started to click and get moving again. Our offense was the biggest talking point compared to the Orlando Magic game. And the Orlando Magic game, we won 102 to 99. The comeback for the Bulls was offensively against Memphis. The comeback for the Bulls in this game against Orlando was defensively. Major stops, both teams struggling to score in the fourth quarter. We did our job, and we walked away with a win in the end. Still, came back. We were 20 points down in that game. It was frustrating and miserable. And Orlando's a team that swarms you defensively. So when you get a 20-point comeback against Orlando, a team that is suffering you on the defensive end, you got to be proud of that effort from the Chicago Bulls. And they did a heck of a job in the third and fourth quarters, walking away with a win. Big clutch shots by certain guys as well. And then, unfortunately, we couldn't complete the comeback. We faced the Brooklyn Nets in our last game, and we ended up losing this one 120 to 112. Cam Thomas simply took over in the fourth quarter of the game and ruled with an iron fist, destroying the Chicago Bulls' plans to complete 3 comebacks in a row. This time we were down by 17, I think the big score was. And it just wasn't a great first quarter. Again, it's been a common thing for the Bulls, but I really must reiterate, we need to do more than just come back in games. I want to control a game in the first half. I want to see how the Bulls can handle something like that. It's very good that they've got the mental fortitude to come back and to not give up, but there's certain other things I want to see from this Bulls team. You can't do it all from comebacks. It's just not sustainable. So, yes, it was a good week for the Bulls. It's still a worrying week, I would say, but still a rather good week in general. And ultimately, we're 3-3 right now. I would consider that a W in general. Congratulations to the Bulls for the current start to the season they have had. And with that being said, we have the unfortunate and fortunate news of giving some awards. Must Improved, Player of the Week, Defensive Player of the Week, and of course, we've got Sixth Man of the Week as well. So, let's start with the Must Improve of the Week. Look, I feel like people are going to keep attacking me for doing this, but I am going to pick Patrick Williams. Now, I need to reiterate, Patrick Williams was not bad all week. He wasn't. He had a good game against Orlando. Big shots in the second half. Got a couple of good defensive plays. He played all right against Memphis as well, I would say. I just fear for Patrick Williams. It's the offensive end is really starting to get to me with him. I understand he's not the go-to guy. I understand he's probably the 4th option for the Chicago Bulls. Probably the 5th option, actually, now on this Bulls team, the way that I see it. So I get it. He's not going to have 20 points every single game. I just want Patrick Williams. The goal for me, for Patrick Williams, is to get 10 shots every game. If he does that, I'll live with the results. Bad or good, ugly or pretty, I will accept whatever happens for Patrick Williams if he could get 10 shots a game. That's what I want from him, man. It's something so simple, but ultimately, I know people are going to come to the defense of Patrick Williams, and I also know that people are going to start attacking Patrick Williams. I don't want either of those things to happen. I just want Patrick Williams to really step out of his shell a little bit. That's what I want. I hope he can do it. I still have faith he can do it. Keep in mind, he came back from a very big injury that took him out for a lot of last season. So I believe he's still coming back from that. I really hope he is, and I hope he can finally get into the rhythm of things very soon. The defensive player of the week. Funnily enough, I could put Patrick Williams right into this category, but I'm actually going to lean towards Ayo Dosunmu. The reason being was he had a couple of good displays on the defensive end against Orlando and Memphis, where he was kind of the best defensive guard that we had. Again, I know Lonzo Ball is still in the fray, but Lonzo Ball is getting limited minutes. It's hard to give him awards these days, but I think Ayo was the standout defensively. I still think it still needs some fine tuning. Even Ayo's offense is a big problem at the moment. So there's some fine tuning there that needs to happen for him, but ultimately, still very excited to see what he can bring to the Bulls off the bench when he gets more consistent, I guess, with his game. And we know that's going to happen because he was very consistent last season. So I'm expecting it and I'm looking forward to it. With that being said, the sixth man of the week is also going to go to Ayo Dosunmu. Now, I would pick Jalen Smith, but I don't think Jalen Smith played enough, in all honesty. I think he missed a game, and I think Ayo was probably the best bench player. I don't think our bench was massively incredible this week, but I think, again, the best out of a very okay bunch was Mr. Ayo Dosunmu, and he deserves sixth man of the week. Then we get to player of the week. This one's rather difficult, because I have a couple of guys in mind for this one. I'm going to keep Kobe White out of this. I don't think he's in contention for it. But I think Zach LaVine, outside the Orlando game, was pretty good. Vucevic, consistent again, as always. Josh Giddey. It's between Josh Giddey and Nikola Vucevic for me. Now, as much as I'd like to pick my Australian brethren and, have the coat of arms and Aussie's rule and stuff of that nature, I think Vucevic was just more consistent. There was a game where he went 9 from 10 against the Brooklyn Nets, and we went away from him. I think it should go to him. My player of the week is Nikola Vucevic. In a close competitive bout, I cannot deny the big man. Two. I say this, two. Player of the weeks in a row. Congratulations. So, those are the awards given. What do we have to look forward to this week? Well, I believe we have 4 games to look forward to this week. We're starting off against the Utah Jazz in a couple of hours' time. Utah are a team I don't know much about, to be honest, because they're out west. It's very difficult to kind of assess them in their current situation. But judging by the fact the Bulls have had very entertaining games against Utah, they currently haven't won a game. Wow, they're 0-6. I didn't expect that. You'd expect the Bulls to be the favorites, but look, we've literally lost to the Brooklyn Nets, and we were the favorites there as well. So I would expect Utah are going to come out with a vengeance here to try and get their first victory. We're going to be on high alert. This could be a trap game for the Bulls. And then we face the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas, at this point in time, are a team that I think are going to be a big threat. I think the addition of Klay Thompson has worked very well so far. Luke is always a threat. If Kyrie plays, I don't know if Kyrie's injured or not. I think he's not. I think he's playing. Either way, they're a big team. They're a good team. And I'm very fearful of them. We'll see how that goes. We've had some good games against the Mavericks in recent times as well, so that might help us, but ultimately it's a new-look team. I'm very worried about that game. We got the Hawks, the Bulls and the Hawks. Or is this away from home? They always have close games. I don't know if it was last season or 2 seasons ago, we had 2 overtimes against the Atlanta Hawks. We beat them once on a buzzer beater. They beat us once on a buzzer beater. It was an entertaining back-and-forth series, and hopefully we can win that first one. And we'll see what ends up happening. And then we got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, Cleveland, as far as I'm aware, are undefeated thus far in the regular season. And I also think we face Cleveland again afterwards, not too far from now, but after the first game. But yeah, Cleveland is undefeated at the moment. It's far from the team that we faced in the preseason. We beat them twice there. Ultimately, they found their groove. And this goes to show a message to you all that preseason doesn't mean anything when it comes to the regular season. There's always some positives to take away from it, but Cleveland didn't win a game in preseason, and now they're first in the Eastern Conference, and they're flying at the moment. So congratulations to them. Let's hope we could be the team to put a stop to it. And that's Bulls Weekly. I'm predicting a 2-2 week for the Bulls. I think that's only fair. Keeps us in the 500 race. Some winnable games there that I hope we can overcome. Also, some very difficult games that we can prove to show what type of team we could be in the regular season. I'm looking forward to this week. A lot of games, a lot of action. Stay tuned for it all. And thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to follow, like, and or subscribe if you are new. And I will see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.